national television between the Florida Panthers and the Utah Hockey Club on TNT. First time ever going into Salt Lake City to play against the Utah hockey team that is making its inaugural season. And first time being on TNT, believe it or not, with Utah Hockey Club. And Florida Panthers, no strangers being in TNT. But we're going to get started here as the Florida Panthers did their job, rebounded from the Avalanche loss, and beat the Utah Hockey Club 4-1 at Delta Center. So that's awesome. So Sergei Bobrovsky going up against Karel Vejmelka. And in the first period, no one scored. There were some chances there with Barrett Hayton, with the slap shot, which was saved by Bobrovsky, Forsling, which was saved by Vejmelka. Nick Bustad, welcome. That is a former Panther, and also a former Panther that I kind of slipped off my mind. Kevin Stenlund received the ring, the Florida Panthers Stanley Cup ring. That was awesome to see that in the pregame, just the day before this game happened. So, Sergachev also with the wrist shot, which was I believe saved, if I remember. Matthew Tkachuk gets called for a high stick against Ian Cole. That looked more like a cross check to me instead of a high sticking. I understand why it's a high stick, because when you have a stick with the glove and you're just pushing like this, it is still a high stick. But I see that more as a cross check, and just a silly penalty by Matthew Tkachuk. So I do not commend it at all, if I'm being honest here. So Utah goes on a power play during that. During that power play, Nick Schmaltz with the slap shot, which was saved by Bobrovsky, and that power play is killed off. So, after that power play, Kolyachonok with, if I butcher, I apologize, with the snap shot, which was saved by Bobrovsky. There's some shots there between those two teams, but each time it gets blocked, missing the net, missing the goaltender. The first shot on targets in a while for the Florida Panthers came in with 18-18 into the first period, which was Forsling, which was saved by Vejmelka. Matthew Tkachuk tries to slash shot, which was saved by Vejmelka. And then first period comes to an end on scoreless after the first period. So not much to say about the first period. Second period, immediately a penalty on Barrett Hayton for a high sticking. This is when the TNT commentators were talking to Utah's owner. And Hayton gets called for a high stick against Niko Mikkola, which, welcome back, Mikkola. I mean, there's a difference with the Florida Panthers team on defense with and without Mikkola. That's what it seems like. And this game definitely has some key difference in regards to the defense. Big difference. So Florida goes on a power play, and they score. He is assisted by Barkov. That's his 25th assist of the season. And Kachuk's 23rd assist of the season. And out the snapshot, finally, and really, do I have to say his name again? Yes, sir. Sam Reinhart, his 23rd goal of the season. Another special teams goal for the Florida Panthers. And another special teams goal for Reinhart as well. This player is absolutely amazing. Amazing to see. And already first goal of the second period came 1 minute in, and it's a power play goal. So awesome job by the Florida Panthers team. And Utah crowd not liking what they see. They're only 5-8. They're 5-8-4 now, right now, at home. I think it's pretty bad to see that. It's one thing if it's a road thing, but a home thing, I kind of feel bad for the Utah fans. I'm not saying that they're terrible. I think Utah has potential, but it just feels like a detriment to the Utah fans at Delta Center. I kind of feel bad for them. I know a thing or two about that regarding certain teams, but yeah, I feel for them. But after that power play goal, Um, Utah was looking to respond. Logan Cooley with the tip-in, which was saved by Bobrovsky. Nick Schmaltz with the snapshot, but that was also saved by Bobrovsky. And Bobrovsky was absolutely on an amazing game in the second period as well. Kevin Stenlund gets a snapshot in, and then in the rebound to McSally with the snapshot, but that was both of them saved by Sergei Bobrovsky. Nick Bustad with the snapshot, which was saved by Bobrovsky, and then finally we get a shot on target from Sam Bennett, but that was saved by Veshmelka. So that's unfortunate. Hayton with the tip-in, which was saved by Bobrovsky. Clayton Keller, which was also saved by Bobrovsky. And Hayton shooting the puck, and with the snapshot, hit above the crossbar. So that was close. That was absolutely close by Utah. Almost giving up a game-tying goal. So Utah shooting the puck. Bobrovsky saving majority of them. Saving Krause, Bustad, Jake McBain, and then finally Nate Schmidt with the snapshot was saved by Veshmelka. Balinskis gets blocked. Anton Lundell tries the backhand, but Veshmelka with the save there. Markov tries snapshot, but that was saved by Veshmelka. So Utah still shooting the puck. Barkov shoots one and hit the post. That could have been 2-0 there. I swear to God. Kevin Stanley with a snapshot that was saved by Bobrovsky. Clayton Keller with the backhand, which was saved by Bobrovsky as well. And then second period ends, winning 1-0 Florida Panthers. Third period starts 1 minute and 48 seconds in. After the Barkov with the immediate shot on target to Veshmelka, which was saved from a snapshot. 1 minute 48 seconds into the third period, we make it 2-0. Anton Lundell with an assist. That's his 18th of the year. And Carter Verhaeghe's 20th assist of the season. And off the snapshot is Jesper Bokus. That's his 8th goal of the season. He finally gets one to make it 2-0 Florida. It also didn't help with Utah that one of the defensemen's stick was broken. So it kind of feels like a little bit of 5-on-4 power play, but it's not, if you count what I mean. We'll call it a 4.5 men. I'm just joking. I'm making stuff up. But really, one of the defensemen's stick was broken. I forgot if it was Sergachev or somebody on the Utah team that was on the ice, but the stick was broken, and the Utah's defense just could not stop Florida's offense. And we capitalized off of that situation, and Jesper makes it 2-0 Florida. So amazing opportunity there, and 2-0 Florida. Jesper finally gets one. That's his 8th goal of the season. But then Florida could not get out of the box, or could not stay out of the box. Verhaeghe gets called for a high stick against Juuso Valimaki. Utah goes on a power play. During that power play, Genther, there we go, with the snapshot, which was saved by Bobrovsky. And that penalty will wind up being killed off. That's the only shot on target in that power play. And then a fight broke loose. After a penalty on Mikkola for kneeing against Kevin Stenlund, and AJ Greer was going after Stenlund as well, and Kevin Stenlund gets called for a rough against Mikkola, and the whole thing was just beating each other up. It was a fight. It became a melee after that penalty, but Utah winds up with another power play. So, wow, it's awesome to see that on television. Florida's hurting themselves by getting penalized. They're hurting themselves with these penalties. That's the second one of the period so far. And there's two guys, Mikkola, who gets the kneeing call, and Greer and Stanley both go to the box for roughing. So Utah will wind up with the power play. During that power play, twice, Logan Cooley with the snapshot, it hit the right post, and after that, Dylan Gwenther, if I butcher, I apologize, he hit the crossbar off the slap shot. Twice. This happened twice. The right post and the above crossbar. How close could it get for Utah to finally get that first goal? And the fact that they did not get one in is beyond me. So that penalty is killed off. No shot on target, but yet they were close to getting the power play goal, Utah. That's crazy. Sam Bennett nearly makes it 3-0, and it should have been 3-0. Sam Bennett with the snapshot, but Veshmelka somehow got that puck. And then another penalty. This is another penalty that's avoidable. Sam Bennett called for a slashing against Kevin Stenlin. And then another fight broke loose, but the only call was against Sam Bennett. But Matthew Tkachuk was in the midst of it. And AJ Greer is also getting into the fights as well. I think that happened in the earlier fights as well. But yes, Sam Bennett gets called for a slash against Florida. And I'm getting myself a bit frustrated because they're not staying out of the box. They're hurting themselves with penalties. And eventually they were going to get a power play goal. And I was right. So Sergachev with the snapshot, but that one was saved by Bobrovsky. And with 13:41 left of the game, Utah finally gets the first goal of the game, and it's a power play goal. He is assisted by Sergachev. That's his 21st assist of the season, and Clayton Keller's 26th assist of the season. And off the snapshots is Logan Cooley. That's his 11th goal of the season, and it's a power play goal. They just left him too much room for him to shoot. And that was a good angle shot from Cooley to make that one in. Just went above Bobrovsky through that through that little bit window. But that window was enough to score. You just left him too much room. Left Cooley too much room, and we were paid. We got paid. We gave up a power play goal. Plain and simple. Utah finally gets one, though, as they are within the goal. 2-1 Florida lead. Utah looking to tie it up with Krause with the snapshot. Bobrovsky was locked in since then. Verhaeghe tries to end it, which was saved by Vishmelka. That should have been it too. I swear to God, that should have been it as well. By this point, they bring off, not bring off. They take out Vishmelka so that Utah has an empty net to bring in another attacker. Krause with the backhand, which was saved by Bobrovsky. And Vishmelka off the ice, another attacker in. And Forsling has the puck. He gives to Boquist. And Boquist, I think, was trying to make a play, or he was trying to clear it. But when in the attempt to try to clear the puck, he ends up scoring. He ends up scoring on the empty net. I don't know if it was his intent, whatever the case that may be. It ended up being a goal, and it worked out pretty well for the Florida Panthers. He's assisted by Forsling. That's his 10th assist of the season. And off the backhand, from their own zone, is Jesper Boquist off the backhand. I think he was trying to clear it, but that puck wind up going to the back of net. He was laughing. Did you see when he laughs? That was funny. But that's his second goal of the game, his 9th of the season. And with 2 minutes left, he was on Hattie watch. And I'm watching Jesper Boquist for the rest of that period because he was on the ice. There was an empty net. Actually, not quite. Jesper Boquist has the puck. He shot the puck, but Veshmelka has that puck throughout never left his eyesight. He was on Hattie watch. He was definitely looking for a hat trick. And then the puck went to the netting. Timeout was called by Utah, to catch a breath from the players. Empty net again. Vishmelka is off the ice, and Boquist was blocked by Sergachev, but Matthew Tkachuk took away the puck, and he gives to Losarena, and Losarena took care of the rest. Skating down the ice, and then just wrist shot in, simple shot into the back of the nets with no worries. He's assisted by Tkachuk. That's his second assist of the game, and his 24th assist of the season. Losarena finished the game off with the wrist shot, his 7th goal of the season to make a 4-1 Florida, and that iced it. Florida wins this one 4-1 over the Utah Hockey Club. But we're not done yet, because after the game was over, Liam O'Brien. Liam O'Brien beat the crap out of AJ Greer, and the whole thing just went in complete and utter mayhem at the end of the game. AJ Greer was a menace in this game. He really was. Beating the crap out of O'Brien, and I think O'Brien started because he got the unsportsmanlike conduct against AJ Greer. So frustrations, probably for the Utah team. But I'll say this. Chin up, Utah. Your time is coming. So when we look at the team stats, we're looking at 33 shots on target for Florida, 27 shots on target for Utah. 34 hits for Florida, 26 hits for Utah, 30 faceoff wins. That's one more for 30 faceoff wins for Florida. That's one more against Utah when they had 29. 4 power play opportunities for Utah. They got one with Logan Cooley. Only 1 power play opportunity for Florida, and we got one with Sam Reinhart. Penalties. 5 penalties for Florida, 3 penalties for Utah. We have 10 penalty minutes because that extra minutes came from the Mikkola and the Greer fights that happened, I believe. And Utah only got 6 penalty minutes, which was based from a fight with Sten Lintz, and in the unsportsmanlike conduct, things like that. 16 block shots from Florida, 24 from Utah. So they can defend, but not in this case against Florida because Florida has a pretty good offense. 5 takeaways for Florida, 3 takeaways for Utah, 9 giveaways for Florida, and 15 giveaways for Utah. At this moment, ESPN does not have stars of the game featured up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on their social media in hopes that they do have stars of the game. As for the first time ever, we go to Salt Lake City and we win in Utah. We win in Salt Lake City for the first time in franchise history. So that, to me, I feel really good about. Right now, there does not seem to be stars of the game. Okay, so here's what I'm going to predict. Let me know if I get it wrong or I get it right. Here's what I think. 1 star, you give it to Jesper Boquist for 1 star because he has 2 goals, including the game winner, the game-winning goal, which you gotta imagine it was probably the second goal of the game. 2 stars, you can probably give it to either Sergei Bobrovsky with the amount of saves that he has to save against Utah, or Sam Reinhart. And then 3 stars, you got to give it to Sergei Bobrovsky or Sam Reinhart. It's got to be one of those two. Either way, it has to be the 3 Panthers players. And I think it's going to be Boquist, Jesper Boquist, Sam Reinhart, and Sergei Bobrovsky. That's who I think it's going to be. At this moment, I don't know because they don't have the stars of the game yet on social media nor on ESPN. So I don't know for sure. That's just my complete guess. I am completely guessing, as it could be who knows? It could be a good guess. I could be wrong or I could be right. Either way, it remains to be seen. So that's going to do it for this one. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe for content, and I'm not going anywhere anytime soon because Miami TVG is back, and when he does, he'll be right there with you for the entertainment you deserve. This is Miami TVG signing off, folks. Good night.